Michael Langley grew up surrounded by the language of law and the quiet discipline that defines it. His father, a respected Arkansas attorney, became his earliest teacher. Watching him interact with clients and navigate the complexities of people's lives left a mark that would shape Langley's entire career. From a young age, he understood that good lawyering was not about grand gestures but about guiding people through life's pivotal decisions with patience and wisdom. "My father was a lawyer, and growing up, I saw the impact he had on his clients and the community," Langley recalled. "That made a lasting impression. I never seriously considered doing anything else. The way he used his skills to help people stuck with me." That early exposure to service and ethics continues to shape how Langley leads the MWL Advisory Group today. Based in Little Rock, the firm provides practical, client-centered legal guidance across central Arkansas. From estate planning to business formation, Langley's focus is on helping people make informed, lasting decisions. One of his most memorable cases highlights his approach. Years ago, a client sought to relocate a liquor store, but opposition argued the move was unnecessary because the community was already sufficiently served. Langley knew that the success of the case depended on reframing the argument. Drawing on a decades-old legal decision, he expanded the definition of the area and demonstrated that the board could not deny the permit on those grounds. The precedent stated that if a permit already existed in the county, the need had already been established. It was not a case directly on point, but by digging deeper, we found a ruling that essentially tied the board's hands, Michael Langley, Arkansas, said. "Sometimes the answer is not in the first case you find, you have to keep digging." It reminded me that creativity in law comes from research and reasoning, not improvisation. That insight has come to define Langley's work. Clients describe him as precise, analytical, and calm under pressure. He's a lawyer who recognizes that even the smallest detail can determine the outcome of a major decision. Michael Langley's path has been marked by both public service and private practice, each informing the other. When he was appointed director of the Arkansas Alcoholic Beverage Control Division, ABC, in 2007, it became a turning point in his career. For 8 years, he oversaw a complex regulatory industry that affects nearly every business sector in the state, from restaurants and convenience stores to developers and wholesalers. Being appointed as the director of the ABC was a defining moment, Langley said. "During my 8 years in that role, we made meaningful progress that supported businesses of all sizes across the state. It felt good knowing those efforts positively touched every community in Arkansas." His tenure as director gave him an insider's understanding of state regulations and compliance, experience that now gives MWL Advisory Group a unique edge. When business owners need permits, navigate zoning restrictions, or resolve disputes with state agencies, Langley is the professional they trust to find a clear path forward. His ability to anticipate regulatory challenges has saved clients months of delays and thousands in unnecessary costs. At MWL Advisory Group, that blend of government insight and private sector practicality defines the firm's approach. Whether helping a family establish a living trust or assisting an entrepreneur in forming an LLC, Langley's counsel always begins with clarity. "We built the practice on one simple idea," he said. "Clients deserve practical answers. Whether they're starting a company, buying property, or planning for the future, they should always leave my office knowing their next step." Langley's philosophy merges old-school discipline with modern tools. He believes innovation serves best when it complements rather than replaces established processes. "Innovation is tools, discipline and structure are mind and process," he explained. "We incorporate new systems, but we don't abandon what works just because something new appears." At MWL Advisory Group, this balance shows up in everything from workflow to client communication. The firm uses Lawmatics as a first point of contact and integrates electronic signatures to streamline documentation, but Langley maintains a direct, personal connection with each client. "All clients have my cell phone and email," he said. "I tell them to text with questions or concerns. It's much easier to include the right staff that way, and they know I'm accessible." Langley's mentorship style reflects the same balance. When training younger attorneys, he insists that they first learn to perform foundational tasks by hand, such as conducting a property search, before turning to technology. "They have to think it through before adding tools," he said. "Technology can make you faster, but not wiser. You learn judgment by doing the hard part first." This approach extends to how he builds legal strategies. Langley often works through problems with another attorney taking the opposing side, simulating real-world challenges before ever setting foot in court. Technology helps, but the best way is to have another lawyer challenge your argument, he said. It forces clarity. Court is a performance for 12 or 1. You have to know the audience and think in their direction. No cookie cutter works here. Through decades of cases, Langley has learned that the real measure of success in law is not how complex the argument is but how well it connects. For all his technical expertise, Michael Langley's work is guided by something deeper than legal insight. He sees law as both a profession and a ministry, a calling to serve people with compassion, fairness, and understanding. Whether helping a business owner form a company, a couple finalize their will, or a family plan for the future, he approaches each case with patience and perspective, believing that the heart of the law lies in helping others find peace of mind. Langley's faith plays a central role in that calling. A member of St. Mark's Episcopal Church and supporter of the Isaiah Joe Foundation, he views community service as a reflection of his values rather than an obligation. Faith is central to everything I do, he said. It keeps me grounded and reminds me that integrity matters, that patience matters, and that every person deserves to be treated with dignity. Over 3 decades of practice, he has earned a reputation for professionalism and discretion, but when asked about his proudest achievements, Langley points to something outside the courtroom. On a personal level, I'm incredibly proud of my 2 daughters, he said. Watching them grow into strong, capable young women has been the most rewarding part of my life. Professionally, Langley defines success not by the number of cases won but by the well-being of those he serves. If my clients don't succeed, I haven't done my job, he said. I believe people deserve fair representation and opportunities to do better. That's the reason I became a lawyer in the first place. His commitment to fairness has become the guiding principle behind MWL Advisory Group, where he and his team emphasize education and transparency so clients always understand their rights and responsibilities. The firm's motto, "Practical Legal Guidance Built Around You," reflects not only its mission but Langley's personal philosophy. As he looks ahead, Langley remains grounded in the same humility and purpose that inspired him as a boy watching his father practice law. He continues to serve Arkansas with faith as his compass and family as his foundation. The law will always change, he said. What should never change is how we treat people, with respect, with patience, and with integrity. For clients who step through the doors of MWL Advisory Group, that promise is more than a professional standard, it is a personal one.